Hello there, my indoor cycling friends. Let's do a 55-minute ride. Jump on, start to move your legs. Let's get warmed up. So starting out, let's see if we can find something close to 90 RPMs. Easy resistance. And I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do until you get going because I might scare you away. I'm just kidding. I will never scare you away. You're a courageous rider. This ride, let me get my voice. Sorry about that. This ride begins with a 30-minute in the saddle climb. We'll pretend we're riding in real life and it's a hill, a mountain. At the top of that hill, we'll get out of the saddle, we'll do a lot of fun little in and out rolling hills, and we'll end this ride with breathless intervals. So if you need to compartmentalize it in your mind, 30-minute climb, some rolling hills, some breathless intervals, and a cool down. We'll be off our bikes, ready for the day in less than an hour. So welcome. So you know this, but it's worth saying again as a reminder, what we do every day is really what determines the outcome of our life. It's where we get our results. So for a second, think about some of the things you do every day. You brush your teeth every day. Your visits to the dentist are less painful. If you shower every day, you probably have more friends. And I'm guessing you feel better about yourself. You take time every day for hygiene, right? If you clean your house every day, you live in a healthier environment. If you walk your dog every day, you have a happier, healthier puppy dog. If you do any of those things once in a while, what are the results? Right? Consequences, I guess, is the right word. All right, so here we go, friends. I'd like you to put some resistance on the wheel. We'll slow our legs down and we'll hit this seated climb. We'll be heading in about 65 RPMs, and that's where we'll stay. So this is another one of those endurance challenges. The hill will get progressively harder as we go. And at the recording of this class, it's October. So I brought you some scary Halloween music. Not so scary, but kind of fun. Change it up. The hips are on the back of the saddle. Your feet are pressing forward before they press down, right? We want that push point, that power phase at the front of the pedal stroke. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Sit with a tall spine and take some deep breaths. So just like brushing your teeth, taking a shower, tidying up your house, and walking your dog, exercise should be on that list. Moving your body in a way that makes you sweat every day brings results. And not doing that brings consequences, yeah? So I'm probably preaching to the choir. If you're on your bike with me right now, you already know this. Let's take some deep breaths. And the first part of this hill is easier. You feel some resistance, but you kind of feel like you could do this forever, yeah? Might even feel a little bored, a little anxious to get some harder gear on. We will, you can if you want to, at any point, increase or decrease resistance. That's your zone right there, that knob. I'll set the pace, I'll play the music, I'll say the words. You're in charge of that knob. Lift your pelvic floor though, sit light in the saddle. And feel the difference of when you're kind of slumpy and heavy and when you're light and lifted. That makes a huge difference in your comfort, but also your ability to push on those pedals with some power. Relax your shoulders. Push your chest out a little bit. Turn up the corners of your mouth. So do you struggle to get exercise in every day? A lot of us do, busy lives and all, yeah? So all of the studies show that the people who have the most consistent workout schedule are the early morning people. The people who drag themselves out of bed at an ungodly hour of day and get it going. They figured out that in an early morning, wow, that's synced up with a song. Early morning workouts, you have less distractions. No one's bothering you. You're up before the rest of the world. The only downside of that is making yourself get out of bed, right? I know a lot of people who keep their workout clothes right by their bed, so they almost trip over them when they wake up. They put their phone across the room so that when the alarm goes off, they actually have to get up to go hit snooze, and then you're up. So that's solution number one to getting those daily workouts in. Get up 30 minutes earlier. So solution number two, it doesn't always have to be an hour. You can break up your workouts. So I think, it's not just I think, I've always advocated based on all of the research, 1 hour a day is ideal. 6 days a week. Choose a day off. Give your body rest. But that hour can be broken into two if it's easier for you to make yourself do 30 minutes. Maybe 30 in the morning, 30 right after work, 30 on a lunch break. What I've found is if you start with 30, it's pretty easy to turn that into 35 and then 40. And then you might as well do your hour if you've got the time. That seems to be a way to make it work. And relax your hands, fingers, toes. So then let's say you're convinced, you decided you're going to get up early and you're going to do your hour. What do you do in that hour? Well, the research says we need both cardiovascular exercise and resistance training. We need to challenge our muscles, bones, and joints in a way that cardio alone doesn't do. I put weights in our hands. So what percentage? What ratio? I have always followed the advice of a wise man named Arnie Smith, who was a cardiologist. And I heard him speak many years ago at the Cooper Clinic in Dallas, Texas. I believe at the time he was in his early 70s. And he taught me two things that always stuck with me. One, he did his age in pull-ups every day. And he had been doing that since his 20s. So at this point, he did 70 pull-ups a day. He passed that on to his kids when they were young. And anyone who could come to him on their birthday and do their new age in pull-ups got $100. That translated down to his grandchildren. And according to him, most of the people in his family could do their age in pull-ups. Woo! I translated that to push-ups because my body doesn't love pull-ups. My arms are long, my body's heavy, I've got a lot of muscle, and those are my excuses. It's always been hard for me to do pull-ups. I'm a pushing person more than a pulling person, I guess. See, look at me. Cycling is a push sport. So I've always done my age in push-ups every day. And now that I'm 58, I have to break it into a lot of sets. Not an all-in-one sitting thing. All right, how are you feeling at this easier pace, easier resistance? Because we're about ready to make the hill harder. So resituate your sitting bones, lift that pelvic floor, find your core, check in with your body. How does this feel? Let's make it a little bit harder. Let's take it up so that it feels like it's at least a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. That means moderate intensity. Shoulders loose. Probably the biggest complaint you have right now is pelvic floor, so continue to sit light. Lift there. Okay, so that was Arnie's first piece of advice. Second piece of advice relates to this ratio. How much cardio, how much strength? He said, and I really believe this, the research supports this, that when we're younger, we need more cardio. When we're older, we need more resistance. Older people struggle more with things like falls, weakness, lack of balance. And so the older we get, the more we need to challenge our bodies with weights and resistance. So he proposed that when you're in your 30s, 30% of your time is spent on resistance, 70% of your time is spent on cardio. In your 40s, it's 40-60. I'm in my 50s. I've always followed his advice, and right now I do 50-50. Half of my time is cardio, half of my time is resistance. In a couple of years, when I hit my 60th birthday, I'm gonna change that again. I'm gonna go 60-40. I'm gonna add a little more resistance, taper off a little bit on the cardio. So if you're following, if you're tracking with me, let's say you're in your 50s as well. Today's an hour of cardio. Tomorrow will be a full day of resistance or full hour of resistance training, total body, head to toe. That's one way we could look at it. Another way is breaking it up, 30 minutes cardio, 30 minutes resistance. My favorite, as you know, from my total body conditioning workouts is alternating intervals through an hour. So I like to go 3 minutes of cardio, 3 minutes of resistance, and bounce in and out of that for an hour. All right, you're just getting a little workout clinic today on your bike, aren't you? Hopefully it's helpful. Filling the time as we ride for 30 minutes. 7 out of 10, how you feeling? Checking off your cardio box today. Feel that push point. Shoulder blades hug onto your back. Right about now, things start to get a little lazy up there. Engage. We really have no excuses these days. There's so much information at our fingertips. So many workouts. On my channel, I have hundreds of cardio and resistance videos. And I'm just one of millions of instructors that have our classes, workouts on YouTube. You could do something different every day with a different teacher. Change it up. Variety is good. Your body loves change. It loves to try new things. So what we do every day is what makes a difference in our lives, not what we do once in a while. If you dabble with exercise, it's really not giving you that much. I guess it's better than not doing it, but it's like reading a few pages of a book and having a whole bunch of books on your bookshelf and never really diving all the way through one book. Read the books, baby. Do the workouts. What we do every day makes a difference. So you know the converse is true. If we drink a lot of coffee every day, if we smoke every day, if we drink alcohol every day, there are consequences there as well. That's on the other side of the equation. If we do any of those things once in a while, doesn't have the impact. It's what we do every day that shapes our lives. Do you tell the important people in your life you love them every day? Do you go out of your way to do something nice for those people every day? Guilty. What we do every day makes the most difference. So we're just past the halfway mark of this hill. Go ahead and sit up, shake out your hands, get a little blood flow to your fingers, bend and straighten your elbows, roll your shoulders out. Open up your chest, put those shoulder blades on the back. Try to keep your 65 RPMs. Take a nice deep breath, arms overhead. And down, let's go back. Light hands on the handlebars. Feel your push points. Right around 65 to 70 RPMs. Level about a 7 out of 10. How's your breathing? If you hang around me long enough, I'm going to start asking you to do yoga every day too. So that gets tricky and complicated to find time for exercise and yoga. I'm lucky because I'm an instructor, so I get to put both in my day and call it my job. Not everyone has that luxury. So you can start to insert those yoga days maybe on your day off or in between the workouts. Technically, with that model, you could plug yoga into one of your resistance days because yoga is body weight resistance, but you wouldn't want to do that every day. You want to get those weights in your hands, challenge the bones, muscles, and joints to get stronger. Each time you inhale, my friend, sit a little taller. Let your in-breath help you with that light in the saddle piece. As you exhale, just relax your shoulders, but stay lifted and tall. Put the ball of your foot on the pedal and really push it forward. I want you to check in again at how you're feeling right now, because we're ready to rock this hill to the hard zone. We'll spend the last 10 minutes working hard. That's an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. How you liking the Halloween music? Fun stuff, huh? If you pull this up like in February or something, I'm sorry. You're looking for love songs. And I'm playing scary music. All right, so here we are. We're 20 minutes in. I'd like you to add resistance to the wheel until this feels really challenging to your legs. In 10 minutes, we'll be at the top of this 30-minute hill. We'll let the resistance go and get out of the saddle. I want you to hang in there with me for 10 more minutes. While we're here, go ahead and close your eyes for a minute. Take a look around your inner landscape. Notice what you see on the inside of your eyelids. You see a color? You see any shapes? If you could see your breath moving in and out of your body, if your breath had a color, like a cloud, visualize your breath coming into your body and out. Feel your body doing what it's doing right now. The hips on the saddle, maybe a little uncomfortable, the hands on the handlebars, the feet on the pedals, the muscles of the legs working, taking turns, pushing the pedals. Take an assessment of this moment. association, body awareness.
This is a dimension of imagination. It is a dimension of mind, a dimension of sight, a dimension of sound.
Let's just take a little visual journey. Let's call this journey the perfect day in your life. Let's say Sunday night, you got all the things done and you were able to get to sleep by 10 p.m. Let's say you set your alarm for 6, so you get your good 8 hours of sleep. Sleep as the slasher music comes on. All right, back to our visual. You sleep well. You sleep well. And the alarm goes off at 6 a.m. You have this fleeting thought of like, oh, I really don't want to do this. I'll do it tomorrow. But because you set your phone across the room and you had to get up and get it to turn it off, you realize, okay, I'm already up. I'm just gonna do this. You trip over your cycle shoes. And so you grab them, stumble into the bathroom. You splash cold water on your face. You brush your teeth. You take a deep breath and you exhale. Pause right there for 2 more of those. Right there in front of your bathroom mirror. Deep breath in, big breath out. Fill up your water bottle. Grab a sweat towel. And picture yourself getting on your bike by 6:05. Probably with some protest. Probably not exactly where you want to be. But imagine just pulling up this video or your favorite music or another video or even a TV show and starting to turn the pedals. Reach down with your eyes closed and add just a little more resistance. The hill is hard at the top. We've got 5 more minutes. So you stay on your bike, you do the ride, you sweat, and at 7 o'clock, you are done. And you feel 1,000 times better. You're wide awake. There's blood flow to your brain. You are on top of the world, able to go back to your life and do all the things you need to do. If you're like me, that hour, what that hour took the place of is kind of easing into the day, drinking some coffee, scrolling Facebook. That's never a productive hour for me. So you just made it productive. Still in this visualization, what comes next? Maybe it's rush time. Maybe it's get kids out of bed time. Maybe it's get ready for work time. What comes next for you Know that you are better at it. You'll do it better because you got your cup filled first. If you're like me, you might not get a shower until 2 p.m. That happens on a lot of days. That is one of the sacrifices I make to do what I do is I get that workout in. I definitely brush my teeth, put on some deodorant, but I don't always get the shower till later. Confession. My house doesn't always get clean until later because I've made this a priority for 40 years, almost every day. And the results are I have a strong, healthy body and I'm almost 60. My friends can say, do you want to go on a hike? And I will say yes, without any hesitation and know I'll be able to do it. My kids will say, do you want to ski this weekend? I'll say yes, without hesitation. I know my body can do it. That feels better to me than those lounge around the house mornings when I talk myself out of it. All right, friends, 2 minutes. Reach down, add a little more resistance. Come back from that visualization of the perfect day, and you can just create the rest of that day however you want. But we started it off in the perfect way. Woo. All right, what do you need to do to make this hill the hardest for this last minute? We are right there at the top. Pound those pedals. Hard effort because we'll make it easier next. We'll get out of the saddle, make it easier. Woo. Feeling that, come on. Oh, the end is right here. And our hips want to be up out of the saddle, don't they? Whew. Okay, let's keep the resistance. Let's take the resistance down a bit. Our pedal speed is going to be about 60. When you're ready, go ahead and stand. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? All right. We have about, trying to do the math right now, 16 minutes left of this ride. And then we'll do a cool down together, okay? So this song is about shaking off that hill, being finished with the hill, bringing circulation back to all the parts of the body, to your fingers, to your toes, to your hips, pelvic floor, hip flexors, glutes, everything gets some blood flow here. Whew. Feels good, huh? What we do every day makes the biggest difference in our lives. We can shift that over to mental state, right? The thoughts we think every day determine our outlook in life. Are we hopeful? Are we positive? Are we encouraging? in our thoughts? Are we negative, pessimistic, and fearful? What we do every day determines the outcome of our life. The habits, the rituals, the daily patterns shape our life. All right, so this should feel somewhere between easy and moderate. Let's stay in the work. So you're breathing, you're probably sweating now. Wiggle your toes in your shoes. All right, are you happy to have the Halloween music over? Thanks for being good sports. All right, we're gonna stand for one more minute. Isn't it funny? When we've been sitting for a while, we want to stand. And we don't have to stand very long. We want to sit again, right? All right, let your hips tap the saddle. Feel the crease in your hips, meaning I want you to lift your rib cage and your belly forward. Just feel like there's a little arch in your low back. Go ahead and have a seat. Put your hips on the back of the saddle. We'll speed up a little. Let's find 70 RPMs. And this is where we'll hit those rolling hills. So resistance, moderate. Find about a 7 out of 10.
Girl, you're just a boy. This is my heart. It's not a toy. So what's with you playing with my mind? We used to be cool. This used to be love.
All right, so find that pace. Get comfortable here. You should be able to breathe, but you're working. Stand up. Have a seat. Stand up. All right, good. Feel that. This is fun work, not hard work yet. Fun work. Shoulders relaxed. That smile on your face. Have a seat. All right, so rolling hills. That's how they feel in and out of the saddle. Sit tall, drink water, shake out your hands. I love it when the exercise ring got closed. Let's add a tiny bit more resistance, not too much. Maybe just one more gear. Stand with me, come on. Start to take deeper breaths now because we're heading into hard work. One more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Have a seat. Your hips are feeling the very, very back of the saddle. That's where the padding is. From that back position, you see your toes disappear briefly under your knee as the foot goes back. Come on up one more time. Fun work. Hard work is coming next. Let this be fun work. Let this be feel good work. Have a seat. Lighten the load a bit. Breathe deep. We're gonna keep that resistance where it is for right now, and we'll stay at 70 RPMs. This work just got harder. We're working hard for 4 minutes. Right after this, we've got breathless intervals and then our cool down, okay? So take a moment, turn the knob and feel hard resistance. What feels like effort to your legs? Not fun effort, hard effort. Stand with me. We're gonna stand for 30 seconds. Hard effort. It should feel like a standing plane. Woo. Breathing, everybody. Out of control. Have a seat. Let those legs burn, baby, burn. You should be breathing harder now, but still deeper. It's a good rule of thumb. In 4, out 4. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Stand again. Woo. Hard effort. You know your FTP, harder than that. 4, 3, 2, have a seat. Keep the hard effort right here. We've got a couple more minutes of this. What we do every day determines our life. If every day I'm willing to go here, in some way, challenge myself, expand. Notice we're not doing an hour of this. We're doing little peaks of this breathless intensity. Stand with me. What we do every day makes a difference. On a step, on a bike, on a hill, on a yoga mat. Out of comfort zone, little intervals of discomfort, and a lot of consistency. Woo. 4, 3, 2, have a seat, push through, come on. Come on, legs. I know you can do this. I know you can. All right, let's get ready. Our last song, Breathless Intervals. This is where we get to take off the lid and give all we've got. This is where we dig down into the bottom of our pockets and spend all that spare change. We empty the tank. So lighter resistance, faster legs. Challenge yourself to pedal at least 90. Let's see if you can get there. And can you hold that for just under 4 minutes? What we'll do is we'll keep our legs fast and we'll add resistance in short little intervals. Ready to try one? Add on, but don't slow down. Go breathless. 4, 3, 2, resistance lower. Keep your fast legs, please. So that was 20 seconds. How did that feel? Ah! Should we try it again? Resistance on. Try not to slow down. Four, 3, 2, come off. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Cool down is next. We got that coming. Woo! Try to wiggle your toes and fingers. Don't lock up. Don't cinch up. Stay loose. Trying for 90 RPMs. Breathe deep. Are you ready? Say yes. You're gonna do a 20-second push. Ready? Go. Try to keep your speed. You've got gear on now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it off. Woo! It's fun, huh? Just having fun. Just happy that you started out your day like this. You are so close to being complete. Woo! You ready? Do one more. Go. Fast legs with resistance. Push yourself a little harder this time. Stay with me. Hold on. Go a little bit longer on this one. Don't quit now. This is your last one. 4, 3, 2, that was 30 seconds. Slow your legs. You did it. You're done. Let's take a few minutes to taper down and stretch. So resistance all the way up. Sit tall. You'll feel a little bit of a stretch right here in your hip flexors. Just kind of let that happen naturally. Bring your hands onto your low back. Elbows reach behind you. Shoulder blades hug together. Sternum lifts. Just let your front body open as your legs slow down. Breathe deep. Allow your body to transition from breathless back down through what hard feels like. Maybe now you're kind of feeling moderate. We want to get down to easy. We want to get back down to where our heart and our breath are feeling easy. All right, for this cool down, we're just gonna work through all of the joints of our body. So the muscles will get worked and stretched on the way. So we're gonna start with hands, fingers open and close. Keep our legs moving a little bit longer. Put a couple more calories on the board. And then wrist circles. Move your wrists. Cycling is an interesting sport. We get locked into position for an extended period of time. Go the other way. And so even joints like wrists, we can see some repetitive use in cyclists. All right, fingertips on the shoulders, elbows come high, open and close. As you do this, you're gonna get a nice little chest stretch, but also just moving the elbow joint. Fingers on the shoulders, shoulder circles. So you're like, it's like you're drawing circles on the walls with your elbows. Emphasize the back motion. Let's go the opposite way. Press back, reach forward. And then go ahead and just stop your legs, neck, the cervical vertebra, roll across the front, opposite shoulder. Take that down into the upper back, the joints in the upper back vertebra open and close. Hands on the handlebars, stand up on the pedals. Cat and cow, arch your back and round your back. Feel your tailbone lifting and tucking. And then go ahead and come off the bike, moving into hips. We're just gonna take one leg and swing the leg forward and back. That back gives you that nice opening through the hip flexor. Take the leg out and across. And then bend and straighten the knee. Circle the ankle. Put the toe on the floor, rotate in and out. Other leg swing. So if you have time to do more stretching, do. Take the leg out and across. This mobility might feel just as good as a stretch to your body. It's moving all of the joints. Bend and straighten the knee. And circle the ankle. Put the toe on the floor, in and out. All right, just an alternative cool down, just moving through all of the joints. Take a nice deep breath in, stretch your body tall. Bring your hands back to your heart. What you do every day determines your life. Thanks for starting out today like this. Give yourselves a great big hand.